start with a piece called The Wire. January, Berkshire, snowbound, bunkered. At this place, reflections of clouds against the snow make the air seem blue, blurred. The village is noisy, convivial, sealed. The Thames is part frozen, part broken. Like a barrier, it barriers. There is also a lock here. From the rest of you, you continue, distanced. Inside, the bathroom mirror, cracking now, like tundra or an Old Testament. 2,000 years is not enough today. As you say, brother, it's a return to the Middle Ages. A dead honeybee sits on the sill. Always give them what they want, you say on the phone. The line crackles. It helps me realise that when you speak, it hurts. Later and alone, a ghost in the VCR. I rewinded it to see little Isaac singing nursery rhymes. The voiceover tells us that what he's learnt, what he'll learn soon. But in the end, he looks up, the pictures stop. I know we would have loved him. Perhaps he would have loved too. The earth isn't ours, brother. She calls again. We talk for a while. Together we sigh. We feel the weight of it all and all. It will cease soon. A minute from the end, the clouds part. A gorgeous oboe leads the listener back into a shard of light. February, London. On a train back home, the ice stalls, straddling each other, our wellies on the seats, her boots caked in slush. I smile as though, on an empty beach in Baja California, except for Maribel and Gail and Diego. Gail kisses Diego. They embrace. Maribel watches. Maribel sleeps happily that night. We all sleep with her. Tenoch rises for us, embraces us. Some days passed. I'm in the Swedenborg now, alone amongst poets. I text her, badly. Then you finally agree to meet me, brother. Soho House is teeming and fecund. Dervishes play billiards in perfect circles. We devour the gorgonzola. You know I hate gorgonzola. Emma Watson sits by us, yearning attention. You break first. You say, I'm an actor too, a fire of water, as you drink white wine. It's about waking up nature, like lichen beneath the Arctic ice. It remains. I suck on an empty straw. As you drive me home, you pause. You tell me that you always admired me, even envied me. Something about the casual freedom of the neorealists in an age of mongers. The whir of the motorway around us gives way. After a while, there are hymnal strings, a cavernous echo of sound sprawling, estranged. September, Jerusalem. All streets end here. There is this western wall, confronted by a dome and a rock, dripped in sweat. Biblical mopeds skid in the dust. It feels so impossible, brother. I don't know anything anymore. I'm a guest here amongst glyphs. Lilith isn't enough. I gabble my beliefs. Jesus scares. Except in the corner, except where she led us by candlelight to the angel's stone. I climb to the top of the world. Kipet Hasela. I know I stutter, brother. I fail. A continuous and inevitable conviction that poesy is some sort of goddess, its well-tended garbage, like the sea shouting. At least here, I'm still here, like Abraham and all his children. We're all in it, in pieces. My head cracks, leaning against the bricks. That frail lyric, it still amazes me against the buzz of muezzins. Even the walls vibrate. Human beings are electric too, brother. Later I find her in the courtyard sipping mint tea. Things are, a little bit at a time. That night, death is a million miles away, and yes, it seems far-fetched. Like a Persian love myth woven through a carpet, it's alien. Like a warm San Francisco, it's tempting, but elusive. You were right, brother. And it's still there around us, as a series of pageants in lace to the edge of it, as a dark-haired girl slowly curving on a circus swing, or smoky deposits of bonny old men clinging to a public wall. It feigns as much as it alludes. It makes us lull, even as the clouds. It makes us lull. October, London. Driving through it at night. Mount Sinai is watching us. The north meets the south, dancing with a long, straight steel frame to a punctum. She was with me. Things are. The gherkin is closing. The eagle is closing. A single lamp is flickering, waning. A timed distraction. We praise dead enemies in strange churches. We had seen you that night, brother, a brooding Cymbeline in chains, a series of murmurs and tensed breaths, majestic, primitive. After the show, we hail you, and you say, "It may be really foolish, Michael, but the sounds I made, they seemed linked in their own piece, with their own trajectory. The roads are hot again, cluttered, recurrent, concrete thumps. Our windows are low. She is with me. She seems very now. We sing for Samuel sleeping in the cot, dreaming of Hannah and Israel. It seems close, as though the towers have surrounded us by a hot copper thread. As we cross the bridge, we think of you, brother. Lights, electricity, sounds and voices are just waves, motions, undulations and vibrance, animate and inanimate, spiritual and minuscule, prayers, if you will. It hurts us, all of us, as we rattle across the bridge. But the voice of Eli is in this place, his depth, his thought-tinted musicality. He makes us smile again, the amber and then